Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake helping you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about some YouTube tax tips that I got from my friends over at TURBOTAX and their certified public accountants over there. But for those of you who have no idea who I am and you're just tuning in because of what this video is, welcome. My name is Roberto Blake. I'm a creative entrepreneur. I'm a public speaker at events like VidCon and VidSummit, and I do a lot of videos that can help the YouTube community because I believe in supporting creative people and entrepreneurs, and if you're a YouTuber, you're probably both. And the reason you've had so much trouble finding information on YouTube tax tips is because most people aren't qualified to give you that information. It's always a good idea to get tax advice from a credentialed expert, like a certified public accountant, enrolled agent, or tax attorney. And that's why TURBOTAX is sponsoring this video today. And the wonderful team over there helped me with all this research and giving me this information so that I could pass it on to you as a YouTube creator that needs to navigate their tax situation. So tip number one of the most important things you can do when it comes to your taxes is plan ahead. And this is something a lot of YouTubers take for granted. When it comes to planning ahead, you need to be tracking all of your expenses, all of those day-to-day things, whether you're buying, camera equipment, camera lenses, whether you're traveling to do a collab, you need to be tracking these expenses. I'm going to recommend QuickBooks Self-Employed. It is from the same great people at Intuit that make TURBOTAX. They work seamlessly together, but I'm using this to track my expenses and it makes it easier to figure out those deductions later, and it imports directly into TURBOTAX Self-Employed. So using these in combination is a great idea if you want to track your expenses and get all of your deductions that you're entitled to. When you don't keep track of this stuff, you end up missing opportunities to save money. And it's also just a good best practice for you day to day in terms of your bookkeeping so that you know how much money you have going out versus how much money you have coming in. I think it's one of the first fundamentals of being an entrepreneur. And if you're doing YouTube and you're self-employed, you need to be thinking that way. Tip number two is to educate yourself about what deductions you are entitled to. People end up paying more taxes than they need to because they don't know what deductions they can even claim and they miss out on opportunities. Just like you want to get the best deal that you can on new camera gear, just like you do research for the topics of your YouTube videos, a lot of people don't bother to do any research about what deductions they can take. And as a YouTuber, it's not traditional employment. So I know that the information is hard to come by, and that's why we're doing this video. So here are some deductions that you're probably overlooking that you could claim on your taxes. So if you're a YouTuber working for home, then you should really look at getting the, home office deduction, the simplified home office deduction, and taking that $1,500 there because that's going to be the least complicated way to do the calculations and to figure this out. And that's going to help you because if you're spending on electricity, if you're spending on internet and all of these things to make your videos in your home office, then you absolutely qualify for that deduction and you should take it. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. Your camera gear, your laptops, your microphones, all the things you use to produce your videos. If they're being used exclusively for the business, then those things are actually deductible when it comes to your taxes. So you should just feel free to go ahead and claim those. And earlier we mentioned that your internet costs are deductible, but it's not limited to the expense of your internet in your home. If you're working out of a hotel, if you're working out of a plane, if you're paying for that Wi-Fi access for your business, then that's something you can claim on your taxes too, as well as any of your travel expenses. So for those of you who like to do collaborations, this is going to be extremely important. You can actually deduct a lot of those expenses. Most YouTubers don't realize that they can actually, deduct the cost of their cell phones. If you're using your cell phone exclusively for your business, then you can deduct it. If you use it 50% for business and 50% for personal, you can actually deduct up to half of it. One of the things that I do, as you guys well know, is that I have multiple cell phones. I can't seem to help myself when Apple releases a new smartphone. The good news is that means I can have a personal line and I can have a business line. And so I get to claim 100% of whatever I'm paying on my business line and the purchase of my business phone, and then I get to claim the 50% against the personal side. So just being able to separate things in your business from your personal life in general is very smart, and it just streamlines the process when it comes to managing your tax situation. Some of you are still paying student loans as a YouTuber, and believe it or not, there is a way that this impacts you with regard to your taxes. In fact, you might be able to save money by taking the student loan deduction, which can be up to $2,500. That is a big deal when it comes to savings on being taxed on your income as a full-time content creator. So just something you should know. Let's talk a little bit about savings and retirement. It's something that people don't think about. One day, you're probably going to retire. You're not going to make YouTube videos for the rest of your life. You probably might not even run your business for the rest of your life if you do something else. You're going to want to retire, and that means putting money away. And the good news is that as you save for your retirement, those things aren't taxed right away. So in addition to playing the long game, retirement has a few short-term perks to it. If you're a self-employed person, that means that you are allowed to have a SEP IRA, and you can actually contribute a lot more of your income to this than you could a traditional IRA. For 2018, you can actually contribute up to $55,000 or 25% of your overall income, whichever one is less. For 2019, it's $56,000. And a little known fact, you can actually contribute to your SEP IRA all the way up until the tax deadline. So this is something you might want to look into a little bit more. Contributions to your 401k can also lower your taxable income. They can also be lucrative because of compound interest over time. Einstein said the most powerful force in the universe is compound interest. If you're able to, you should absolutely max out your 401k, and that is up to $19,000 in 2019. And if you're over 50, then it's up to $25,000. So definitely make sure you're taking advantage of these deductions. I want to thank my friends over at TurboTax for putting together such great information. There's a lot here that even I didn't realize, so they're going to save me money on top of everything else. So that's great. I'm really proud that they're a sponsor because this is a topic that is so important to the YouTube community. We really need to learn more about our taxes and about fiscal discipline and about really treating this like a business because there's so much opportunity and a lot of us are finally being able to go full time and do this for a living. So I'm really glad that they helped out with this particular video. With TurboTax Live Self-Employed, you can get year-round access to unlimited tax advice and guidance from real CPAs. So I really think you guys should check them out. Use TurboTax Self-Employed. I'm going to link that for you guys down in the description. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. I think this will help you if you are feeling overwhelmed by the prospect of handling your taxes this year. And just remember, with TurboTax Live Self-Employed, you can directly talk to a certified public accountant and they can really help you with navigating any questions you have, much better than someone like myself. So, you're gonna want to ask them those questions and get real answers. Question of the day. Are you a full-time YouTuber or are you a hobby creator? And what are you dealing with in terms of treating YouTube more like a business? I would really love to know and hear from you in the comment section. Like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome stuff on the channel. Don't forget, you can check out TurboTax Self-Employed. Link is in the description. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching. And don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.